Hey guys, just done a couple more covers. I did a whole lot of Rosie by AC/DC. It's like I said, it was pretty spontaneous. It wasn't really meant to be a really serious cover, but I thought I'd also do a Beatles song, which was a little bit more serious. And I want to thank everybody for giving me all this support on YouTube. I've had a lot of really nice comments lately, and one song I really enjoyed playing was "Carry On My Wayward Son" by Kansas only a couple of days ago. But I thought I'd do something a little bit different now. Maybe just a little while ago I did a top 20 list on AC/DC. And AC/DC for me are one of the best rock bands that's ever lived, ever been around. So, and just before I get started on what this video is really about, I thought I'd say what singer I prefer out of the two that I know. And it's Bon Scott and Brian Johnson. I prefer Bon Scott. I mean, if any of you prefer Brian, fine, but Bon Scott was better. Reason being is because Brian Johnson on his albums, he used to really shout and scream, and he really used to scream. That doesn't grab me. Shouting and screaming like that does not grab me. It really doesn't. And I don't mean to offend you, because a lot of people are going to love Brian Johnson, but I prefer Bon Scott because on the early albums like High Voltage and Let There Be Rock and Dirty Deeds, They're Done Dirt Cheap. I mean, Bon Scott never shouted. He used to really sing. And like on Whole Lot of Rosie, the original recording of that was great. I thought it was a brilliant album, brilliant song. But anyway, what this video was really about was it's a top 10 list on Aerosmith. Aerosmith again are literally one of my favourite rock bands in history. Just a minute, guys. There's a problem with my PC. Sorry about that. Like I said, Aerosmith are probably one of my favourite rock bands of all time, just like AC/DC. Aerosmith are probably better, but they've done too many ballads, because all the ballads they've done, like Crying and Amazing and things like that. I mean, I love Aerosmith. I love those ballads, but they just don't grab my attention that quickly. Anyway, so I'm doing a top 10 list on their songs, and I'm just going to show you this album, The Essential Aerosmith. And I'm going to read out 5 or 6 songs that weren't in my top 10 list. Great songs, but not in the top 10. They were Big 10-inch Record, Back in the Saddle, Janie's Got a Gun, Loving an Elevator, The Other Side, Crying, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, Pink, Falling in Love is Hard on the Knees, and Crazy. So there's some songs that didn't quite make the top 10 list. And by the way, most of these songs, pretty much all of these songs, are rock songs. They're not ballads like their later stuff. So number 10 to number 1, no particular order apart from maybe the last 3, maybe 4. Number 10 might be a bit low for some people, and it's Walk This Way. Walk This Way. Love Joe Perry's riff. The thing is, I've heard it a load of times. By the way, I didn't care too much for Run DMC's cover of it, which featured Steven Tyler and Joe Perry. I mean, but it's still a great song, no doubt, but I just want to say it's just not my favourite anymore. It's still a good song. Number 9. Just before I say, Steven Tyler is one of the best singers I've heard. I just think he's a great singer. Number 9. Livin On the Edge. One of their later songs, 6 minutes long. Love it. Number 8. Dude Looks Like a Lady. Number 7. features one of my favourite riffs of all time. Did it in my 40 riffs in one take video a little while ago. Draw the Line. Number 6, Ragdoll. Ragdoll's got a very distinctive slide guitar from Joe Perry. Love it. Number 5, Sweet Emotion. Sweet Emotion, one of their biggest hits, but again, I've heard it a few times, but oh my god, I loved it. It was a great song. Number 4, now we're getting into some really great Aerosmith. Mama Kin, off their first album. Can I just say their first album was brilliant. I loved their first album. I just haven't got it yet, but I will get it very soon. Number 3, Same Old Song and Dance. Love the riff in that one. Number 2, like I said just a minute ago, I'm not much of a ballad fan, but this I had to include. And that song is called Dream On. Now, Dream On is, whoa, what can you say, an absolute classic. Because I love the vocals on this one, because at the end, well, near the end of the song, Steven Tyler just goes very high on his voice, and well, I love it. I just think it's great. It's one of my favourite ballads of all time. And now here's the moment you've all been waiting for. Number 1. It beats Dream On by, well, not all that much, but a little way. And the song is called Last Child. Now, Last Child is, whoa, what a song. I mean, I love the start where Steven Tyler, the lyrics are very dreamy, and I also love the guitar playing from Perry. I also love Brad Whitford's guitar solo near the end of the song. The reason I really love this song is because of the beat. The funky beat is just, I mean, the bass line and the beat was, oh, unbelievable. It sounds brilliant through my Sennheisers over there. I'll tell you what, that is one of my favourite rock songs of all time. It's probably my number 3 or number 4 rock songs of all time. It's probably in the top, it's definitely in the top 10. But yeah, well, there's my top 10 Aerosmith songs. I might do another top 10 list in a couple of minutes or so, because I just need to think about what I'm going to do. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. I'll be back soon. So anyway, see you later, guys. Bye.